item scale. I was just wondering how can we check the outliers, or whether it is normal to check the outliers for this type of data? Because I'm not sure whether I should use, I should actually check for the outliers for Likert scale data. I'll be really happy if you could reply this. Thank you.
Okay. Actually, there are two kinds of outliers. For identifying the outliers, you can plan during development of your questionnaire. You can use the reverse coded item. Suppose every variable you can use one reverse coded item. So you can ask the question negative way. Okay, so that is called the reverse coded item. So after if he is responding in differently, is responding like all are giving the same, then immediately you understand that he is an outlier, even in reverse coded item as well. If he is answering this is the way, this is the one technique for using the reverse coded item during data collection. Secondly, after collecting data, yes, secondly after collecting the data, when you give the input in then actually you can do the analysis of z score for calculating the univariate outliers. If your observation or sample size is more than 80, if the z-score is z-score is more than 3.29, then you have the outliers. So you have to delete those observation. And if your observation is less than 80, then in the case, if the z-score is more than 2.25, then there is outliers. You have to delete those observation. And secondly, if you have the multivariate outliers, you can calculate the Mahalanobis distance. So all of these tests I shall show you during my SPSS workshop.
So is the first thing that you mentioned, is it the unengaged responses? Is that how we check them? I think I know how to check the unengaged responses.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
All right.
Through the,
thank you.
Yes. Through the, you can say, through the reverse coded item.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. So I can proceed for chapter 5, discussion, recommendation, and conclusion. Okay. In discussion chapter, you should have the following areas, following components like introduction, recapitulation of the study findings, discussion of the findings based on research objectives and hypotheses, summary of the of main points, findings, whether they support the hypothesis, whether they align with or differ from other researchers' findings, implications of your findings, theoretical and practical, limitations of the study, recommendations of the further research. So some common expression for starting the recapitulation of purpose and findings, the aim and purpose, objective of the main study. So you can do the discussion based on your research question or based on your research objectives, and under this objective, under different hypotheses, based on the hypothesis also you can have the discussion. So how will you relate some common expressions of making relation with previous study in the discussion? Actually, in this, how will we discuss our findings? You have to discuss the findings with the three aspects. Number one, what the findings you got. You have to relate these findings with the previous study. What are the different other authors got the same results? You have to refer that one. Secondly, you have to give the theoretical evidence. Our theory, maybe you have used 2, 3, 4, 5 theories. So which theory is supporting your study, your findings? Third one, you will discuss about the practical, why this results comes in your context. You will give the justification of your results on the basis of your context, industry context, country context, and you will justify through your economic, social, political, governmental, all supports you will give on the justification of the findings. So if it is the results are not supported, if it is not coming that you are desiring, that you are, in that case you have to give the support why not you get that results, desired result, why your hypothesis is not supported. So you, in that case also the previous study references you can use. And secondly, why this result came in against of the theory, what is the main reason. So you can explain through that the theory is been developed in western country context, developed country context. This is a developing country, the political, economic, religious or context are different, so the people are different, their value system is different. So you can justify your result, what you found out. Okay, in this way you can relate your findings. Okay, then how to implications of your findings, some common expressions of starting contribution of your research. My study offers suggestion evidence for, like this the study appears. This is the way of expressing your findings. So how to write the limitations or the weakness. Okay, the approach, design, methods, method, techniques. You can give the limitation or what was the approach and what is the design and what's the methods you used. You can make it as limitations, why you not use the other one. So you will limit that my study has limited the study with this, using this one. So further study can be done in using the other approach, design, methods or technique like this. So sampling problem, suppose when you collect the data, what was your sample size and how did you collect the samples and why you choose these sampling techniques. So you can give the suggestion based on your limitations. Then uncontrolled variables, what are the different uncontrolled variables that might have an influence on getting the biased results. So what are the uncontrolled variables that you will also mention. Errors in test administration of data handling, generalizability of your data, then representativeness of subjects, compromises to internal external validity and reliability and validity of research instruments, state the weakness, do not apologize, and small sample size. All of these are the limitations that you can highlight, highlight, and you can give the future research directives based on these limitations or based on these weaknesses. How to write the limitation, I should stress this is the common way of expression of writing the limitations. And what is how to write the recommendation. What is a recommendation? It suggests action to be taken based on findings. It is related to conclusions. It is not based on biases or beliefs that are not supported by data. Two types of recommendation: to recommended action to be taken based on findings, to recommended actions to other researchers for further research. Then recommendation, for example, I think possible areas of further research or investigation include these variable like this. For future action or policy, you can weigh this way of expression in your writing, yeah, further research. Then these are the language that suppose may, could, might. It is mild suggestions, and should or to strong suggestion, and extreme suggestion must be have to like this. If you are suggesting in this way, so based on your findings, you will suggest like this. You will recommend like this. Then conclusion, briefly summarize implications of findings as previously discussed. Don't make sweeping statements or conclusions that reach beyond your idea, beyond your data. So it is very important, which is not covered by your study. You should not go to suggest based on that. The present, the bottom line message, point value of the described study. Tell the reader what they should take away. Tips of writing conclusion. How to write. Interpret the summaries of the findings. Tell what your findings. Calculate data means relate the conclusion of the research questions. Focus only on conclusion that help solve the original challenge. Justify the conclusions with highlights from the findings. Limit the conclusion to the data presented, and be objective. Avoid exaggerating or manipulating data to prove your point. Use consistent criteria for evaluating alternatives. References and appendixes. How to use? Preferably, you use references within 5 to 10 years, not go beyond this. But in the case of the theory, maybe you can go in some extreme other cases, you can go beyond 10 years. APA style, very few internet articles, government reports, business magazine reports you can use, industry report, very few newspaper articles, not more. Very 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. 200 to 400 references you can use for the thesis, and use most of them is ISI journal, Scopus or Science Directory, reference from there. Appendix, questionnaire items, sample data, entire data analysis output, all tables and figures not presented in the text. Entire thesis must be within 250 to 400 pages. Appendix ratio should be 2 to 1. Okay, if you have any question regarding chapter 5, you can ask. Uh, Today I'm extremely sorry, as because of you know, 3 times I have been interrupted by power cut. So hopefully next onward I shall manage, inshallah, an alternative way, so that uninterruptedly I can give you service, inshallah. So if you have any question regarding chapter 5, you can ask, brother. Hello. Hello, brother.
Assalamualaikum. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you so much for the detailed presentation. Hello.
Yes, yes, please.
Yes.
Please.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the
You're
detailed
welcome.
presentation. We learned a lot. I just want to know that you just said that you will conduct a workshop on SPSS, and also maybe I just want to know that on which data analysis techniques you will conduct the research and the workshop, and when it will be conducted.
You please go through my Facebook account, so you will get all of the detail, inshallah.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. So any question from anybody?
Hello, Mr. Baul. One question about reliability. As you said before, the term of reliability is a psychological research, refers to the consistency of a research study or a measuring test. But what this is available for psychology research. But what about accuracy and precision in other research?
Who is this brother?
I ask about the differences between reliability and accuracy and precision.
Reliability, accuracy, and precision about
Yes.
what?
About the data that collected and the tests done in this data.
Reliability, accuracy. Okay. In social reliability, that we can check through the Cronbach alpha as well as EFM. And accuracy in the case of medical science, 99% accuracy is required. For social science research, 95% accuracy is required. That's why if our p-value is significant, p-value is less than 0.05, then we claim that our hypothesis is supported.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other question?
Yes, sir. Rahila from Nigeria.
Okay.
Sir, is it appropriate to enter the data first in Excel before transferring it to SPSS?
Yes, you can do, but yes, you can do, no problem. But it is better directly give it in SPSS, then also no problem. It is depends on you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
I'm doctor.
Yes.
Right. How we use about research and development method is usually in education primary. How we can use carefully, because sometimes I confuse that apply to this method. Thank you, doctor.
Again, brother Fauzi.
Yeah. Sometimes I confuse about research and development method.
Research and development method. Okay.
Especially applied in education, in elementary schools, that we implement the digital of mental health early detection. That's all, doctor. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. I think how to implement those in elementary school development methods that you want to curricula. I think it is either you are going for a study or some methods that you want to implement there, or you are talking about how to do the research. I am not sure, brother.
Yes. How to use the research development method in our research.
Okay.
Especially in education.
There are some theory like UTAT model or TEM theory. Maybe this will help you to solve your issue, inshallah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, inshallah. Thank you very much for joining the workshop. I am again sorry for the power cut, and your thank you very much for your patience and to be with me. Hopefully see you in another workshop, inshallah. Make dua for me, and I have very hearted wishes to you. You will be a good researcher, inshallah. My dua is with you, inshallah.
Amen. Amen. Thank you.
Okay, brother, inshallah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. So informative session, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
You are welcome.
And thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Jazakallah. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Jazakumullah khairan.
Okay, if you want to put any question or any confusion, you can. We have the
Thank
group.
you.
You can put forward your question over there. Okay. I shall try to answer in the group, inshallah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for your
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.